am dancing on some very thin ice here regarding my videos not devolving into me knitting while I explain why strawberry shortcake was the reason I grew up into an uncomfortably anxious adult, and today I decided to tap dance on that ice by trying to complete my entire Animal Crossing island in 2 days flat. Yes, 48 hours, you heard me, and that's what you missed on Glee. I'm one of those annoying people who can never finish an Animal Crossing island to save my life. I'm a chronic restarter, and I have an obsession with destroying every piece of good work that I do. So in order to try and curb that, I decided to challenge myself to complete this island before I fully deleted it, and I will be deleting it at the end of this, trust and believe. I can't keep my impulses at bay ever. In an effort to make my decisions seem sound enough that my friends don't worry about my mental state, I devised what could be called a plan by a small Victorian child who hasn't seen sunlight in weeks. Step 1 of this devious journey was to visit Pinterest.gov and get my shit fucked up by the fact that the Pinterest search engine is kinda like repeatedly trying to explain to your 60-year-old mother that Pokemon isn't satanic and you aren't a devil worshipper. By that I mean I spent my first couple hours of this challenge sifting through codes to find a couple that matched the style I had in mind for my island. What style is that, you may ask? Well, allow me to bring you on a journey. Imagine you walk into a graveyard at 1:30 in the morning, your hair kissed with the piercing cold of forest wind. An owl meets your eyes with its own, solemnly cooing as you sit in solidarity, in loneliness. The eerie notes of a familiar song begin to waft through the cemetery gates, and Dan and Phil walk onto the stage and kiss, holding the gay I'm kidding, don't click off, I swear to God. I didn't quite have a theme in mind other than a gothic, black and red, 3 Cheers style color scheme, and a colder palette in general, a lot of wintry themes. That's literally it. I assume that part of the reason I couldn't find shit on Pinterest is because I was being a vague little bitch and I acquired a couple paths and an outfit to look cute in for the thumbnail photo or my inevitable funeral from trying to design an island this quick. Either way, the dress was fucking killer. I also went on my good old stomping ground of YouTube.com to do my research on people who are actually playing this game the correct way and maybe haven't watched all 7 seasons of The Golden Girls during an episode in high school. I watched a couple of island tours that blew my fucking mind. For example, Katie on Calico and Lex Play are 2 of my fucking favorites, and I just enjoy watching them for their personalities. They're amazing people. And also viewed a couple funny little challenge videos to get my god complex turned on enough to actually go through with this. The only way to get me to do anything is to have someone tell me that it's a bad idea, for real. If you looked inside my brain, it's either full of cobwebs and only housing a single bed where I am sleeping, or it's covered in bright neon caution tape, and I'm slinking around looking like a humanized pipe cleaner and building some kind of genetic testing device because somebody told me I shouldn't do that. The fumes from the creation of that device will only cause things to get worse, by the way, and my brain is currently melting like it's Chernobyl inside of my skull. Anyway, after accurately researching like a fucking scientist as best as I could, and wondering if it's okay to do cocaine like maybe one time, it was time to begin the actual process of building up my island. I planned on sleeping very little that night and waking up early for work the next day, so I put on a thick hoodie and cryptically disappeared from my friends' lives for like 8 hours. We begin this fantastic journey, an epic for all ages, by cheating, lying, snaking, and bullshitting, and by that I mean we're flying to a treasure island to go pick up my shit because there ain't no way I'm crafting a single thing. Well, it's back to the treasure islands for me, Papa. I want to be done with this, in fact. Orville, can you just be nice to me for once in your life? Can you give me a little bit of slack? I gave myself an arbitrary goal, and if I don't complete it, I'll sit down in my room and I will cry so loud. Maybe I'll do a little music shop if I can, because that would work good with the MCR theme. I don't know. I'll figure it out, okay? Trust me, I will. I will figure it out and everything will be fine. I could even do another stage like I did if worst comes to worst, because I know exactly what I used for that and exactly how I did it. So this would totally not be possible without treasure islands though. Like I genuinely think time-wise, no matter how many items you packed in, you would not be able to do it unless you called your island done at half full. So like, thank God for treasure islands so that I can start doing my bullshit, you know? Otherwise I would be completely stranded. I thought about ordering from one of those like Animal Crossing sites. Nintendo, if you're watching, I'm joking. I would never do something like that. Anyway, I thought about doing that, but then like I realized that it was so much fucking money. Like, yes, it would save me some time, but not enough to sacrifice $30. I suppose I could also do a little laundry station. That would be kind of cute, right? I don't know at this point. I'm doing my best. I'm just gonna grab whatever I can fit in my pockets and then we'll do something with it. Sound good? Sound good? Thank you. Great. Fantastic. I'm gonna finish this in the next couple hours and you can't stop me. I promise. I'm gonna do it. I actually hate this. I hate this so much. Run, Rudolph. Santa's gonna make it to town. Should I just recreate Last Crosser Standing? Stream Last Crosser Standing, by the way, if you haven't already. I'm in there. You can go see it right now. I'm in there. Oh. I'll get a scarecrow and do a little farm because MCR has a song called Scarecrow. It's not letting me pick up the scarecrow. God hates me. Hello? This is my nightmare. I should probably also grab this to do my little Starbucks area next to the Barnes & Noble. I'm such a fucking dweeb. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get some laundry stuff so we can have like a laundry moment, I guess. I don't know. No, I actually don't feel like doing that. You know what? Whatever, it's fine. Everything's fine. I'll get some beehives though. That's cute, right? Beehives. But we're keeping with the dark theme. Okay, listen, there's no way I'm gonna start going colorful. I'm not that far out of ideas. Let me pick it up. Oh no. Okay. I thought the island was crashing. I was gonna fucking jump out a window. What do you think about a bonfire? I'm just doing anything, to be honest with you. Okay, but farms can be creepy though. Yes, they can. They can be creepy. It's fine. Ooh, creepy rocking chair, right? This is gonna be a creepy farm. It's okay. Bearable. Let me just get some wheat things. I don't know. I feel like the scariest plants are tomatoes though, because tomatoes suck ass. That's like a scary plant though. I could do pumpkins. I could very well do pumpkins. Doesn't Nook's Cranny have pumpkin starts? I don't know. I'm just gonna get some pumpkin starts, okay? You know what? We'll get some pumpkin starts is what we'll do. I think that one's glitched. Anything else I need, I think I'll just get from Leaf. Like, that's probably my best bet. What the fuck? Huh. So that's not what I wanted. It's fine. We'll work with what we have, okay? You know what? It's fine. The main problem here, the real issue at hand, is that I didn't even know what I wanted. I was hunting and gathering like a caveman hungry for a single meal that accidentally ate a berry. It caused him to die from dysentery, but I got a fairly good selection of items that match my vibes and could work together pretty well. I like to design islands by just shoving shit into tight spaces and pretending I did something, which is why you can't complain about how everything looks, because it's eclectic, it's kishy, it's weird, it's funky, okay? Listen, don't make fun of me. Okay. If Grimes can name her baby after the last thing Wally said after being fed military code, then I can have a shitty looking island. It's not your problem. It's not your monkeys. It's not your circus, okay? My monkeys are very loud and they're screaming, but listen, just leave the tent if you don't like it. The unfortunate thing among many other unfortunate things about not having a hacked Switch and not being threatening enough to Nintendo for them to let me slink around in the back rooms is that one inventory of stuff is kind of impossible to work with. So this was one of many Treasure Island trips. It got extremely monotonous and boring after a while. It's kind of like staring into your own eyes in the mirror and waiting for yourself to turn into one of those morphing goblin creatures. But I powered through it and began laying down a build after hours and hours of prep work. So that's where we actually get into the meat and potatoes of this. Even though I don't fucking like meat, it tastes like ass. I'm sorry. I'm not even a vegan person, but I just don't like meat. It's not good. If you eat chicken, I'm scared. The first build that I decided to go with is a classic cemetery. I really wanted to incorporate a lot of stone, a lot of angel imagery, a lot of religious imagery because I have religious trauma, and the only way to work through that is to make it sexy. I used some of the codes that I found from sniffing through the portal like a drug dog earlier to put together a cute little dirt base for all of my gravestones and stone lion dogs and weird little angel statues that kind of remind me of Doctor Who. If y'all are going back to Tumblr after Twitter goes down, I swear to God, you better stay away from the super Hulock shit. I can't do that again. I will die, and then my dogs won't be able to eat. What about then? So I originally planned to finish this island with no terraforming. In fact, that was the excuse I gave myself to restart in the first place so that I could be reassured that I wasn't being impulsive. I was. It's not hard to notice that I was. However, I decided to go back on that idea because fuck having an original thought when I could carve a little waterfall into the earth. When I can bathe in the cool embrace of the Animal Crossing waters and live in harmony with the elements for once in my life. You wish you were sitting underneath a waterfall right now, don't you? Don't you? You do, exactly. I don't. I actually hate going in the water in real life, but my horrible lies are overshadowed by Poppy basking in the sparkling mist of terraforming. My frame rate is low because of all of the goddamn things on this island. Can you believe it? I haven't slept. We've made some good progress. I didn't talk to you that much while I was working the entire time, so that was mostly voiceover. But I got some more shit, so I'm gonna be working on a carnival and a gas station, and also trying to fill in gaps because I don't have any more ideas. Also, Nook's Cranny started upgrading, so that's fun. Like, I have no desire to do this anymore. I have absolutely no ideas left in my brain. Like, this is the last one. Sorry, it's over. You know, this is all you get, unfortunately. The Treasure Island people, I think, are starting to get a little bit worried about me, which, like, I'm worried about me too, honestly. This was probably a result of an episode that I didn't realize I was having, but you know, at this point, like, just let me be. Just let the dead rest. I may not be dead, but let me rest, please. This gas station thing isn't even related to the theme really, but you know what? It's fine, okay? Nobody's gonna sue me. Nobody's gonna come after me for making a gas station unless Chevron decides that I'm infringing on their property, which they very well could. And you know what? That's my problem if that happens. You know, I'll deal with the lawsuit. It's my lawsuit, but hopefully it won't. I've never been one of those people who's like actually good at doing things on camera, like building wise. That's why you never see me fucking build anything on this channel, because I tried that for a while. And even one of my first videos that ever actually got any traction, that was a fucking building video. And so I was like, I need to do this now. And guess what? I didn't. There's nothing you could do. You could not pay me to build, even though that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm kind of hoping that this video does well because my other videos have been doing shitty lately. But like, people who do challenges all the time, you are the most insane people alive to me. And I like commend you for that, you know? If you can do this and not die from it, I'm proud of you, okay? Because this is my personal hell. I don't want to do this. I have no desire to do this ever again, which is why I'm just going to restart next video because you know what? Fun for me. I know like Dagnall does a lot of challenges. I think I've even seen Lex Play do a couple challenges. Lex, I love you. I just can't do it. I think I'm mentally just like skipping from stone to stone like a little river mouse, but this is hell to me. At the same time though, I will force myself to do absolutely anything I can to give me a little bit of dopamine and be able to be proud of myself. So you know what? It's not that bad. It could be worse, honestly. Black. Where's the red? This better be red. I'm gonna be so pissed if it's okay. So true. You know what? I'm getting better at this, you guys. Don't worry, I am. This gas station, it's gonna be a banger. I promise you. It's not. I feel like hell already. Here's the thing, right? Animal Crossing is hilarious to me because I really got this game thinking it was gonna be like The Sims where I spent time making elaborate houses. Because on The Sims, I love designing a house. Here though, you could strap me to a pole and send me to the moon and let me blow up with the astronauts and I would be happier. I know, not good for the brand, right? Do you think my tires will fit over there? My funny little stack of tires? Tire stack. Oh, great, perfect. Well, now it's hidden. Okay, wait a minute, wait. I'm the smartest person alive, actually, and I should build for a living. No, I'm not. I'm going to hell. Oh my god. This is why I don't do this. Especially because I feel like when I talk while I build, it gets a lot slower, which is why I haven't been talking. But also, like, what else am I supposed to do? I've been listening to MCR while I build, and while that's great and fantastic and beautiful in all of the many ways that it is, I can't do anything if I'm not talking. If I'm saying words, my brain is just absolutely off the shit. Like it feels like I'm on a drug. So you know what? We're doing that. Where's my snack machine? Drink machine. Blah, 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 blah. Gonna do some cones over here. I see a lot of people over here just running over cones willy-nilly. And like, personally, I think you're not supposed to do that. But you know what? To each their own, honestly. I got like a beat up ass car. That's not going there. I don't want that there. My Switch has been doing some funny shit lately, which is great when I'm trying to do like an actual 48-hour fucking challenge. Okay, perfect. And then you want to see something fucking bonkers I'm about to do right now? You see that shit? Biff, go away. We haven't even really addressed Biff and I just don't want to. Like, I'm done talking about Biff. I can't believe he's still here. If he was not here, I would probably be like already finished with the island already, actually. This is his fault. It's his problem that we're not done yet. Certainly not mine. I wouldn't be responsible for this. I feel like this video is kind of coming out of left field, which is why it's perfect, because when do I not come out of left field, to be honest? You know, when am I normal? If you're trying to think of me being normal and you can't, don't worry. It's really not that possible. I wasn't made to be normal on this earth. I was made to be the kind of person that they advertise Wellbutrin to. I am the only one keeping y'all's rich uncles who work in the pharmaceutical business alive, and you better be thankful for that. I doubt any of y'all are rich uncle kids. I really do. I think my vibes are too rancid for the rich uncle kids, but if there are any and you want to give me money, you know, go for it. To be honest with you, I could use it. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is coming out. I can't pay for that shit, but you know what? I'm gonna buy it anyway because bad decisions are the only thing that make my brain go wee woo, and that's what we have to deal with at this point. I'm just gonna like continue this over to Poppy's house because I feel like it, because I want to. Look at all of this extra space. Jesus Christ. I can't do this. I can't do this. This is far too scary by far. I've had enough. Finish yourself, island. Who cares? Who gives a shit at this point? I'm gonna do a bunch of terraforming. By the way, to address that, I know at one point I said I wasn't gonna do any terraforming. Guess what? Plans change. People grow up. I mean, like, I started this island 2 months ago, but people grow up and people change. So you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We can terraform. We don't have to adhere to the standards we set to ourselves, okay? Fuck my life. I do feel kind of bad putting Poppy in the void because I found her for the first time this island. Like, I feel a little bad about it, but I don't feel bad enough to not be an impulsive little piece of shit. So honestly, it is what it is at this point. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the campsite. Not the campsite, the museum yet, because I think at this point, anything goes. Anything fucking goes. I don't know. It's genuinely crazy to me what people are able to do with this game because I have like the brain of a fucking chihuahua that is on meth, and I don't know what else to say. If you are able to design things from your brain without going on Pinterest, I salute you, because I would be dead right now. If I was in a saw trap and the way to get out without dying was to build an Animal Crossing build from your own imagination, consider my arms chopped off already. It's not happening. There you go, Poppy. Look at you. Look at this house. How beautiful. How stunning. Okay, let me just run. Let me run. I need to get some trees too because it's looking barren and shit. Marshall, get out of my way. Sylvana wants to move too, which, like, if you're trying to save yourself before this island goes to hell, you're not gonna, buddy. I'm sorry. We all go down together. This is a group effort. I don't know why I decided to do this, honestly. This is not my best work. This is gonna look like shit. Hi, Sylvana. Oh, you don't want to leave anymore? You decided to change your mind? You like it here? Great. Fantastic. I don't like it here. I don't think this is gonna work the way I want it to, and I'm kind of mad about it, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This will all work out and it'll be fine, and everybody's gonna be like, wow, Salem, you did it. You actually did what you said you were gonna do. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, kid's tent. Look how cute that is. Adorable. I'm trying to make this look a little decrepit because I feel like there's not enough kids here to make this a viable business option, so they went out of business. You know how it is in this economy. Or maybe you don't. If your rich uncle is here, then you definitely don't know how it is in this economy, but like, I'm happy for you. If you don't have to deal with that shit, I'm happy for you. Slay. Let me move this over here because we're gonna do something hilarious. You know, Nintendo, you think you're funny? I'm about to be fucking hilarious. And by that I mean just moving shit around. We're gonna move shit around is what we're gonna do. Okay, great. Fantastic. Are we all on board here? Are we all on board with moving shit around? Because I am. I wish that I could move my entire life around, but you know what? Can you tell that I'm like exhausted? Okay, that's there. You know, it's not as decrepit as I wanted it to look, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfectly decrepit. We can have a little bit of fun here. You know, if there is a random stray child out there shouldn't be, but if there is, you know, great. Good for them, because they can go have a little bit of fun. They can go hang out here. It'll be really beautiful. Please tell me this is gonna fit, because if it doesn't, I'm gonna be so mad. What's hilarious is I'm about to cause a problem if this doesn't work. Do you like the skull pond? It's one of my favorites. It looks like shit, but like, it's one of my favorite things on this island. I just love a good pond though, especially a shaped pond. You telling me somebody made this pond? Incredible. And it was me? Wow. This is going so badly. This is stressful. I don't like this game. The last step in my master plan was to start going completely insane as I continued each build, going back and forth to treasure islands and building a church, but in that sexy ex-Christian way like we talked about. A shitty-ass hospital run by Marshall that actually probably causes diseases instead of treating them due to the fact that he cleans his tools with hair bleach, and a wedding fit for only the demolition lovers and their party of the corpses of 1,000 evil men. But even as I was fairly happy with a lot of these builds, it started becoming more and more stressful. The complaining kind of started ramping up as I got further into the challenge, even though I forced it on myself. It was my own decision to do this. Nobody was forcing me to. Nobody even knew that this video was going to happen. I could have backed out at any time and pretended it never happened, but I didn't. For some reason, I feel like I would be so bad at weddings after watching this back. Like, you invite me to be your honor bitch at the ceremony and I stand near the aisle for 20 minutes and I'm already tired of it. I'm not great at masking tiredness, but at the same time, I have never been in a wedding party, so I don't know. I don't necessarily ever want to be, and I also hope after hearing this rant nobody ever asked me to be, because I don't want anyone to deal with that either. Like, leaving weddings early for me is a cigarette after work, really. I don't know, there's something so good and disgusting about it. I just don't like weddings that much, but I will go to your wedding if there's food there. I will go. You want me to bring a gift? Okay. Invite me to your weddings. Don't do that, please. I cannot afford travel. Don't do that. Anyway, the hours came and went, and I worked on the island to the tune of about 6 post-hardcore and metal playlists until my skull started rattling in my head from a splitting migraine. I get migraines a lot when I stare at screens for too long, which is why this was a stupid ass idea. I mean, 48 hours, seriously, of staring at a screen. What did I think was gonna happen? World peace? I don't know what else to do here, alright? There was nothing that was gonna stop me from doing this, but at the same time, if I had thought critically about it at all, I probably would have seen that this was not a good idea. But you know what? At least it makes for good entertainment, right? You're entertained? You're feeling entertained right now? I hope so. If you're not, fuck off. My body is a temple, and currently it is crumbling at the seams due to overwhelming rot and decay. But you know what? It's a sexy ass temple. The time was almost up though, video, and I was actually really happy with pretty much everything I had done. I liked all of the builds, I thought they came out good, and I liked the concepts I had come up with, especially under that time crunch. I knew that I could complete it in time if I had continued with the pace I was at, and I was on track just to do that. Everything seemed to be kind of looking up. I was really happy with everything. I felt good about what I had created, and that was surprising to me. So, is it humanely possible to complete your island in 48 hours? Absolutely, 100%. I knew about halfway through that I'd be able to do it without breaking any of my personal rules and utilizing treasure islands, as long as I focused on completing it and truly giving it my all. So I bet you kind of want to see the finished island, right? A quick little tour, a little bit of a snack, a little look at it. You want to see what I've done? You want to see a full, completed, finished island that I did in 48 hours? I bet you do. I will absolutely give you one, but I have a little something to tell you. I said it was without a doubt possible to complete an island in 48 hours. I said that it was something that could be done. What I did not say is that I did it. So go ahead, ask the question. Did I do it? Nope. Surprise, you just got video essayed. Share this picture to totally video essay your friend. Alright, don't click off. Please, hear me out, okay? I have something to tell you. I promise I wasn't just trying to punk you, even though that's totally what I did and it was funny. But this whole bullshit brigade does in fact have a point, I swear to you. Just give me a second. When I started this challenge, I truly set out to finish the entire island in 48 hours. No skips, staying up all night, full-ass college student on Monster and Adderall vibes. I wanted to challenge myself to do this correctly and really finish an island for once, show that it was possible for me to do something fun and new and exciting and actually complete something. Live up to the standards of all the other Animal Crossing YouTubers who complete their islands constantly and make beautiful work all the time. I love a challenge. I'm a competitive person and I knew that this was something that was either doable or close to it. I love being a bitch. I love proving myself. That's why I was on Last Crosser Standing even though I failed 2 times. You know what, whatever, go watch it. So I sat down to record a video that I hoped would be intriguing, give off a sense of completion, something I could be proud of and something other people could watch to see a challenge be completed, something that people could get inspiration from and give themselves the energy to do the same thing or do something close to it. I did not know that I would later be going completely against that, but we were at that point, whatever, that's not a word. And you know, I was kind of hoping it would do well views-wise because challenges normally do. So whatever, you know what, I'm at the mercy of the YouTube algorithm and I need to buy Christmas presents, so give this video a thumbs up if you want to gut Jeff Bezos. So the first couple hours were actually really great and high energy. I had this idea and began it impulsively without much prep, so my brain was in overdrive and excited to keep going. I had a lot of adrenaline, I had a big picture in mind, and I tend to get this kind of overwhelming mania where I think I can do something, and so I really put my entire ass into it, and that's what was going on here. I collected my codes, I watched videos, I scrolled through Pinterest, Reddit, Instagram, even Twitter a little bit, which was a mistake as the platform was currently in a war, I guess. But you know what, it's fine, I had fun, and I really felt myself trying to engage with the community a little bit. It was great. It was that exciting first step. I was happy to make a leap towards doing something cool. I didn't know why I wanted to do it, but I did. There was no reason, no motivation that I could specifically pinpoint other than giving myself something to be proud of. Then I made my first build, which I loved, and I wandered around the island a little bit to stare at the open expanses of land that I hadn't filled, and I couldn't really walk around for much longer after that because it caused me to become anxious so quickly. There was so much to do. There were so many ideas that needed to be had, and there was so much to work with. I went by Treasure Island to Treasure Island, and I couldn't decide what I wanted to bring home. There was so much at my fingertips, and yet it wasn't anything because I couldn't pinpoint exactly what I wanted. So I went back to the treasure islands, back to my island, did another build, a bit more worried but still very positive about the outcome of it, still excited that I had this idea and I thought it was completable. Then I did something else and something else, progressively getting more stressed out and anxious as the island filled and more hours went by. I stared at the clock knowing that I was doing fine timing-wise. I saw the end of the challenge and yet I was frustrated and tired of it, though I was doing exactly what I had set out to do. I was completing it. I was doing what I was supposed to do, and yet it wasn't working. I wasn't happy and I wasn't having fun at all. But was it good enough? Did I build something new and create an idea that hadn't already been posted? Did I even have any more ideas to utilize? My brain had already gotten rid of the next plan I had thought of, and my eyes were getting tired and angry and red. I watched the clock tick, wondering how the fuck I could possibly get so stressed when everything was working out exactly as I planned. I wanted to restart after this island. Completing it was my free ticket to being okay with doing so and not being unable to stick to one digital paradise for years and feeling professional and not making the wrong decision, copping out of doing any more work. I wanted to be the right person for this job. Nobody was mad at me. I didn't care if anyone was mad at me. I just wanted personal assurance that I didn't have to be mad at myself for restarting my island and for not sticking to my plan. I was extremely close to that goal. I was extremely close to the validation that I needed to restart my island, which is what I wanted to do in the first place. I needed a reason, and I needed to seem like I was being stable, that I wasn't copping out or deciding not to do any more work on my island, that I was playing the game how it was supposed to be played, and that I was doing right in the eyes of the community that wasn't even the community, it was just me. I needed an imaginary audience that was really my own brain telling me what to do to be happy, to let me live my life, and to decide that it was okay for me to do what I wanted to do with a game that I had purchased with my own money, to decide that I was off the hook. And that finally hit me while I was planting some dumbass trees. I wasn't doing it for a challenge or to have a finished island or to show people. I was doing it to prove to myself that I wasn't doing things wrong, that I was good at something. I can complete a task assigned to me without any hesitation, and I could actually design something that I could be proud of, that was worth looking at, that was worth creating. Because somewhere deep in my brain, even though I constantly tell it that it's wrong, tells me that art is not useful unless it's good. And that is wrong. I knew from the beginning that I didn't care about the opinions of others, but I forgot about the bitch who was making the island, who had came up with this idea in the first place, what the motivations could possibly have been behind it. At first I thought, hey, this is going to be a great video idea, I needed one and this is what I'm going to do, but I didn't think for a second that maybe it was a chance to prove to myself that I wasn't the exact manic bitch that I always thought I was. That I wasn't different from anybody else and I could do exactly what everybody else was doing without failing at it. That I was doing the right thing and I wasn't wrong. Animal Crossing is a hilarious phenomenon because it's never been so easy to compare your gameplay and to argue what's right and what's wrong when playing it. I've always thought that squabbles over time travel and treasure islands and mods and cheats were fucking stupid because everybody plays the game their own way. However, I held myself to those imaginary standards upheld by absolutely no one but myself. Sure, somebody on Tumblr could say that it was a shitty way to play the game, but I don't care what other people think. I never have. But unfortunately, I do care about what I think about myself because that is the person I have to live with all the time. The only person whose ideas I gave a shit about was me. And to be frank with you, I was being a fucking bitch to myself. So, with only a few hours left on my timer, I closed the game and I opened up fucking Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and I played Pokemon. And I didn't care about finishing the island. I left it to rot there. I knew that I could finish it right in time. I knew that everything was in place and that I only had a couple more builds to do and a couple more treasure islands to go to and I would be done and I could complete it. And I thought for a second this is a stupid cop-out because I knew that I could go back and actually finish it and prove it, do what I wanted to in the first place. And the guilt washed over me for a split second before reminding myself how goddamn stupid that is because the original idea of not finishing it is to prove that I can not finish it. That I do not have to live up to some expectations that nobody has for me. That I don't have to be constantly completing goals and doing things for my work to be worth something. Nothing has to be perfect, it just has to be. You do not have to play according to what you've been forced to think is right. You do not have to complete a challenge or prove that you are worthy enough to share your work or to call yourself an Animal Crossing player. Your beautiful style of playing or your time traveling or your cheating is perfect for you. There are no standards, no rules, and your terraforming does not have to be natural looking. You don't have to villager hunt. You can restart your island every goddamn day if that's your favorite part of the game. You never have to put down a single path or invite someone over to your island. All you have to do is distract yourself from whatever hell is going on in the real world and have fun. Enjoy it. That's what this game is for. It's a life simulator. And life is fucking weird. And to be cheesy and to wax poetic for a moment, I know that none of this matters. I know it's dumb to have Animal Crossing challenges and rules in the first place. But I'm not just talking about Animal Crossing here, I'm talking about everything. Surprise, this was never about Animal Crossing. You can probably tell that. All of it. Your job is not to live for others, and there are no boundaries to being human, and your personality exists without guidelines or scores or expectations. If something makes you happy, hold on to it with everything you have. Cherish weird laughs and distinct voices and crooked teeth, and go down an unusual career path. Wear all black, dye your hair neon, call the president a fucking cunt, get a found family instead of a blood one, tattoo yourself all over, speak publicly, run around in a park at night, go out to the grocery store at 1 a.m. because you decided you wanted a slice of cheesecake. Sew your own clothes, do calligraphy, learn how to paint. Decorate your house for Christmas in July, decorate your house for Halloween in May. You are here for you, and life is not a talent show. It's a temporary position that you can't get fired from. Bullshit everything you possibly can because there is no real bullshit. Nothing is forever except the lights you create. Thank you, My Chemical Romance, for that. I stole that from them. Nobody is better than you. Nobody is worse. Happiness is your god and recklessness is your prayer, and you better fucking pray. You are a soul that is needed on this earth, and your life is not supposed to be something that needs to be completed. It just needs to happen. Everything you do will not matter, and at the same time, it matters more than anything. It matters that you are happy and you take this time you have to be happy and to build yourself up and to be in others' lives and change them. That's all you need to do. Don't live for other people. Live for yourself and live for the excitement that you can provide to your own brain. Be stupid, be reckless, be impulsive, and be you, because that's all that matters to me. And if you need external validation, if you need what I needed while I was making this video, restart your island. Do it. Or just delete the game. Never play it again. Who cares? Get rid of all of your villagers. This is your validation from me because you deserve it. Now, stay safe, stay wonderful, and thank you for watching. Hearing what I have to say, I appreciate it. Sayonara, motherfuckers. I'll see you in hell.